Hello everyone, how you doing? I know some of the uploads are going to have some funnies in it, but this topic was a bit too important to be messing around. So we're going to have a serious chat about how I have, and I'd suggest that you would grow as a content creator given what's been happening in the industry. So it's a big topic. Let's get started, yeah? Right, so what I'd like to talk to you about today is how I've found the best growth as a content creator and suggestions that I can make for you to help you grow, and we'll explore some of that. So, as some of you may have seen, I've been a streamer on Twitch and Mixer before that for about 4 years, something along those lines. And I've seen a mixed bag of growth. I've seen some things work and some things epically fail. But one thing that I found true, and is becoming more true in the industry, takes a bit more to unpack and explain. So the bar for entry now for anyone to get into content creating and streaming is so very low that, for example, you can just use your phone. You don't need any fancy equipment, any of this stuff. You don't need any of that. You just need your phone and you can start streaming. The counterpart of that is, because the entry bar is so low, the bar for quality now is being pushed that much higher for those to break through. So being the fact that you can, I think at the time of recording this, there's something like 9.6 million active streamers on Twitch, you're competing in that environment by doing content which is consumed in the moment. On a platform, Twitch, but on a platform that has the poorest of discoverabilities. And it's not just as a new streamer that are you facing that issue. Even people like seasoned streamers are still in that directory trying to put live content consumed in the moment and make a breakthrough in basically a non-searchable directory. You know, you're not going to be discovered in it. 2 or 3 scrolls down on any given directory in Twitch, people are not going to be found, and this includes partners, right? So the best way that you're looking, and I have found, is you need to look at where your brand is consumed and how your audience can consume that on their own time scale. Because yes, you do need to have a stream work-life balance, but you also need to be able to cater that to your audience to consume that content, if all of that makes sense so far. So the best strategy that I've found at the moment is to make sure that you're doing your social medias. That is an absolute given. You need to be on your Twitter, on your Instagram, and anywhere else you're using as your social medias. There's no real wrong strategy for that. Just make sure you're uploading both information about what's happening in the channel and non-topical information to have a presence there. If you're just constantly turning up going, I'm going live, those sort of social media interactions are start going to fall by the wayside, and it doesn't really open the audience to know who you are. They just know when you're live. So you need to give a variety of that content that's for social media. Right, so that's plan 1 that I'd say is make sure you have a strong social media presence. Your live streams, which would be point 2, make sure you're doing those. You don't have to give too much. I mean, there is, if you're focusing on Twitch, the grind for how live you need to be on Twitch is enormous. And for what you get back for the amount you go live is going to be minimal. And what I mean by that is how much you will get discovered by the amount you are live. So only the very few top 1 to 2% are streaming for extended amount of hours, and even that means that they are not as discovered as they would like to be. It's a real uphill grind to try and get discoverability solely within the Twitch directory. You're not going to see growth as that one product from your brand. What you need to do, which is going to be now point 3, is you need to have digestible content. So video on demands, what we were talking about in the first streamer files. You need to have that video on demand. Now, there's other ways that you can do this. there's uploads like you see here, and that is a great way for people to be able to, on their own time scale, get involved in your community, get involved in your content, and enjoy your passion with you. And that's exactly what you want, right? You have your YouTube Shorts, which is something that I've recently got into and seen brilliant growth on it. People interacting with it is fantastic. Make sure obviously you're interacting with this one with a like and subscribe button down the bottom. So make sure you're doing your long form content, which is your uploads for your for YouTube, and your short form content. So if you're using TikTok, for example, there's nothing stopping you also doing your YouTube Shorts. People that subscribe to your content over here on YouTube will see if you do your live streams, they're there for that. If you're doing your long form content, you can talk about your live streams. So for example, I stream here on YouTube as well as streaming over on Twitch, because why wouldn't you want to put your content in more than one place? Needless to say, as you know, links are down in the description. It's the smartest way that I have found, and what separates you from just being a live streamer hoping to one day get that raid, get that host that's going to help you grow. It is hard work, but the hard work you put in is what is going to separate you from that pack. And that's going to be the strongest strategy as a content creator to do. It's not easy, right? There's the times, even I suffer from it. There's times I go, what am I going to put online? And that nothing that I or any other YouTuber will be able to tell you this is the content you need to do. The easiest answer for what you need to put on as long or short form content is the passion you have that started you in the industry. That's as simple as it is. Only you have the answer for that. So what I would give as my suggestions going forward, so let's summarize the whole thing, is be your own viewer. So don't be one of those streamers who doesn't watch their own streams. So see how your audio is, how your stream interaction is, how much you look up at chat. So be your own viewer. That is a given. Upload long form content. So record. So even if you're taking stuff from your streams, from your live streams, or you're recording stuff separately, make sure you have a long form presence. There's no other simpler way to say than, if you're not going to do that, don't expect to see the long success in the industry. You need to separate yourself from the pack. From that pack of 9.6 million, you need to separate it. So, long form content, be your own viewer, and have a strong social media presence. And we'll dive into this topic a bit more as the Streamer Files continue. Happy and safe content creation. I wish you all the luck in the world. See you in the next upload.